In the last few videos of this module, we're going to bring together everything we've learned so far in this module and create a properly functioning endpoint for our API. Now this endpoint is going to allow consumers to create a new item by making a POST request to the API with a JSON object. Let's start this process by going to Postman and we're going to create a new request. Now this one is going to be called POST items, like that, and obviously we want to save it to your print bay collection, print bay number 2 for me, and save it like that. Now the URL for this request is going to be using our variable there, URL items, like that. So it's exactly the same as the other request that we made. The only difference is that we're going to change this to a POST request this time. So a POST request will need to send data. Now to do this with Postman, we're going to click the body tab down here. And we're going to go across to raw, and the type is going to be JSON, like that. So this means that we can now create a JSON object and send this to the API. So remember that our item models have a title. So let's go ahead and use that in the JSON object, and we'll just say from Postman. Now of course we won't be able to send this one just yet because we don't have a route set up on our server. So let's just go ahead and save this as part of our print bay collection, and we'll come back to this later. To make this new endpoint work, let's add a new route to our items route file. So what we can do is we can simply chain a post method call to the router, and what this is going to do is declare this post endpoint for the route items, because remember that this router is assigned to the item subpath in the main file. So we're going to pass in a yet to be created controller method, which is going to be item controller create, like that. So let's now go and create the corresponding controller method. So I'll open up the controller here, and we're going to create a new exports property, and this one will be create. And we're going to assign this a function, and it's going to have the standard rec and res arguments, of course. And for now, we're just going to return a message. So we'll go res.send, and we're going to put in an object. I'm going to put message, and the message can just be received post, like that. So coming back over to Postman now, make sure that your server is on and listening, and let's try and send that request. So if we do, we can scroll down here and we can see the result, and you can see the status of this is 200 OK, which is really good, and we can see the body of that response there, so that's also good. Alright, next up we're going to receive that post data on the server, and then we're going to write it to the database.